Anytime, Scotty.
I'm going to try and see that screen when we do the intro. That's the hard part.
It's up.
No.
Yeah, now we can.
Good afternoon, everybody, from Francis Asbury Park in Hampton. This is Tim Cole and Bob Hintz. We welcome you to this Peninsula District Girls softball game between the Kecoughtan Warriors and the Bethel Bruins. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz, and we are here at a sun-drenched, summery, late spring afternoon. Bob, this is a matchup between the second-place Kecoughtan team, 11-1. They are one game behind Lafayette, Denby, who is 12-0. And Bethel is 8-4, and they are tied for third place with Gloucester. So this should be a pretty good matchup between two winning teams.
Well, it really should be, Tim. The last time they met, Bethel got beat 11-3. In fact, that was the second game of the season. But the only loss that these Warriors have is to that undefeated Denby team, and that was in 11 innings. So that must have been a real good ball game. In fact, Coach McDonald is. Can't wait to get another shot at him, which will be hopefully this week. I think he plays him again.
Larry Estep is the head coach over at Bethel. His team has amassed an 8-4 record. We will watch his leading pitcher, Andrews, with a 6-4 record. She will start for the Bruins. She has a 2.9 ERA, and she will be battling against Emily Belbin, who is, as I mentioned, she is 11-1, her only loss to the Denby team. And she is a superb pitcher. And this could very well be a low-scoring encounter, but just never know about girls' fast-pitch softball. And those of you who have not seen one of these games before, we're glad you're with us. I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. This is always a great contest. It's good to see the fans that we have out here, Tim. It's really nice.
Our umpires, Earl Brown, will be on the bases, and behind the plate will be Lennis Smith.
The Brown and Smith group.
That's it.
And this young lady pitching, Emily Belbin, Tim, has got an even 100 strikeouts so far this year. She has pitched 83 innings so far, and her ERA is .66. Would you say that's pretty good?
I would say.
And she's a senior. And the Bruin pitcher, I believe, is just a sophomore. The young lady, the Andrews young lady that you was talking about, Joanne Andrews, is just a sophomore. And Larry Estep is real high on her, and we'll talk about her when they get out in the field. The Warriors will be in the field first. They're the home team. That means they get the last bat.
7 innings will be the regulation length of this softball game. The bases are 60 feet apart. It is a fast-moving game. And to get this one underway, as Lennis Smith, the plate umpire, calls everyone to order and yells out, "Play ball." First pitch is an inside pitch. Check that. Caught the inside corner for a strike.
Well, this is one of the captains on the Bruins, Jennifer Hughes. She's been playing 4 years.
That one right down the pipe for strike 2. So quickly behind the count is Jennifer Hughes. She is the center fielder for the Lady Bruins. And she is rapidly behind Emily Belbin, who has thrown strike, and that is strike 3. So 3 pitches and 3 strikes.
And that will give her 101.
Stephanie Boyd will step to the plate. She is the shortstop for the Lady Bruins. You've got some statistics there, I believe, don't you, Bob?
Yeah, on this young lady's batting .333. I tell you, Emily, that's 4 pitches, 4 strikes, Tim.
High rate of efficiency.
Yes, and you don't get tired if you get batters out quick.
And make it 5 for 5.
That was a changeup. Did you see how, slower that came in, and it really caught Stephanie off guard that time. She is a senior, shortstop, as you said, and it looks like it's going to be on the outside corner.
first non-strike thrown by Belvin, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
Catcher for the Warriors, it is for the Warriors, number 14.
Fouled away. Count remains 1 and 2.
And you got number 14 is, I don't have the starters. Kicking, I don't have numbers with my peoples. Now I've got names, but no numbers.
That's Joe Green.
Yeah, Jill, that's the one.
This one is popped up. This
Another
will
foul,
just
out of
get
place.
out of play.
George should have got that ball. George Baker, one of the fans that comes to all the ball games. I don't care if it's softball, baseball, basketball, football, for the Bruins is at all of them. But he's too far away to make that catch.
Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Here in the top half of the first inning. Second batter of the ball game. This one is hit to center field, right center, and caught by the center fielder on the run. Good play by the young lady in center field. That would be Valerie White, number 20.
We've heard that young lady's name a few times on the basketball team. She's got a good jump on that ball.
And the batter now is Milena Edwards, and she takes the first pitch inside. She is the second baseman for Bethel.
And she's just a sophomore, this is her second year starter. She also will pitch some.
Pitches a little bit high.
She's got a smaller strike zone than the other 2 young ladies who were up there, so Emily's got to be a little more accurate.
So Belvin, behind on the count, comes inside and catches the corner. This umpire likes that inside corner, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Fouled back out of play.
Well, Emily is a good pitcher. She's got good stuff on the ball, nice changeup, does a real good job. And but if you're Bethel, you got to be tickled. At least the second 2 runners, batters, have been getting pieces of it, so that means they're not backing away from the ball.
Right down the middle, strike 3. That one was there.
You got to swing at him, though.
So the top half of the first inning, Emily Belvin strikes out 2 of the 3 batters she faces. And after 1/2 inning, we have no score. And Kecoughtan, and the bottom half of the first inning, will send up April Edwards, Amy Johnson, and Valerie White to bat for.
Well, if we see a replay, Tim, you and I are going to have to guess at it. It's almost impossible to see.
We have a bit of a sun problem on our monitor here in the stands, although we have a nice perch to call the game from. I can see that real well. What did you do? Don't move. Stay right there.
Man, that's all of a sudden it coming better.
Yeah.
Look at that. You can see the umpire.
The miracle of electronics. No, you don't even need that now.
I know, but I don't want to lose it.
The pack rat that you are.
Oh, man, yes. We don't want to lose anything. We can always use later on.
So warming up for the Lady Bruins, as you mentioned, Bob, is Joanne Andrews, number 32. She has a 6-4 record, a 2.9 ERA, and she has struck out 61 batters while allowing 16 walks. So the young sophomore will get set to pitch, as I mentioned, to April Edwards.
Well, April Edwards is just a junior. She's batting .300 for the Warriors.
Tammy Maxey, the other half of the pitcher-catcher arrangement. First pitch is a little low and inside, ball 1. The battery of Andrews and Maxey. Second pitch, same spot, just off the plate inside. Bottom of the first inning, no score. You're watching Kecoughtan and Bethel. Peninsula District Girls Softball. Kecoughtan 11-1, Bethel 8-4 on the season. And this one is high over the catcher's head for ball 3. So check and see if
April has
April's
only
gonna take.
had 7 bases on balls this year, Tim, at 40 at bats. So she's usually swinging away.
And she'll take ball 4. That one was a little high. And that'll bring up Amy Johnson, number 13. She is the right fielder. Nobody out, 1 on.
There's a good shot with her camera behind the plate.
She squares around, fakes the bunt, on the steal, and out at second base. Good throw by Maxie, the catcher.
Well, that ball was a low ball. It bounced, but what a nice accuracy. Well, that puts 1 out. April's out, so that brings it. Is that Amy batting?
Yeah, Amy's batting, and that should be strike 2, and it is.
As we saw that replay on that last shot. Amy is one of the captains.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Catcher dropped the ball, but throwing down to first for the putout. And there are 2 away now in the bottom of the first, and it brings up Valerie White, the center fielder, who made a nice running catch in the top half of the first inning.
Well, Valerie, Tim, is the center fielder, as you said. This is her 3rd year with the team. She is really the best. She was the best hitter on the team in '91. And she's missed most of this season, Tim, with a broken ankle. And that really will slow you down.
First pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So the high hard one catches Valerie White's attention. She can't lay off that high pitch. I couldn't either.
That's what I like.
This one is in the dirt for a ball. High ball is always the sucker pitch. It's just too easy to see.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be easy.
Fouled away into the stands, out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bottom half of the first inning, no score from Francis Asbury Park. What a beautiful spring afternoon. This ball is tapped down to third baseline. It's going to be a tough chance, and they will not get her.
Yeah, some of that speed, Tim, even with recovering from a broken ankle, that shows a lot of hustle with Valerie.
Kind of topped that ball down the third baseline. The third baseman did a nice job of getting to the ball. That is Katie Minnick, but she just couldn't beat out the speedy Valerie White. And it brings up Emily Belbin.
Well, we never did go over the lineups. Maybe between innings you can go through the lineups. And
I was kind of doing it as we go along, you know. Do we have them on the screen to show?
No. Well, we can do it either way you want to do it, Tim. Okay, well, Emily is also one of the captains on the team. She is a senior. She's batting .538.
And she knocks this one just foul down the first base line.
I was talking to Amber Routen's daddy before the game started, and Amber has got a scholarship. I can't even think of the school right now. But they played Duke the other day. She pitched and beat Duke. Dad said he was tickled to death.
I guess so. This one fouled down the third base line, and the count continues to be 1-2, I believe it is. Check that, 0-2 rather. No balls, 2 strikes. Andrews delivers, and it's a swinging strike 3. So Andrews allows 2 base runners. Got a base on balls. That young lady, April Edwards, was thrown out trying to steal second. Then a single by Valerie White, but she is stranded to end the first inning. And after 1 full inning, we have no score between Kecoughtan and Bethel. Coming up top half of the second inning, the leadoff batter will be Katie Minnick, who made that attempt on that slow roller a little while ago. She will be followed by the designator hitter, Karen Jones, and Chris Bolin will be the third batter up, the right fielder.
And Karen, she is Bolin who's she batting for, DH, and for who?
She'll be DHing for the pitcher, Joanne Edwards.
Okay.
Andrews. I want to call her Edwards for some reason. I got April Edwards and Joanne Andrews. And keep calling her Edwards. Smack me next time I do that. That'll teach me not to do it.
Right across the top of that. Well, you really turned around. You've been out in the swimming pool, huh?
No, pool isn't open yet, but I've built a deck on the pool, so I've been out there with my little pencil and my hammer and my nails.
I figured the first day it was 80, you had that pool. I figured last weekend you were sloshing around in it.
Yeah, I was close. Top half of the second inning, no score. First pitch is a little high and outside.
Katie is a sophomore, and this is her second year on the team.
Takes the strike, 1-1 account. We have just, of course, this is our first spring sports event. We are going to have a couple of baseball games, a couple of boys baseball games, and then we'll have another girls softball game. So stay tuned to Channel 5 for the best in high school sports in the city of Hampton. Foul back out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Katie Minnick, the third baseman, leading off here in the top of the second. Batting .421, and she fouls this one out of play down the first baseline.
Tim, she just got a hold of just on the tip of the bat. The catcher for the Warriors got real on the outside of the plate and did a great job of telling the pitcher where to put the ball. I was very surprised that she got it. Here she's done it again.
See, what they do is when she gets a 2-strike count on the batter, they try and get her to go for that outside pitch. So the catcher will line up well off the plate, hoping to get the batter to swing at a bad pitch.
Yeah, don't give her something good. That's right. If you can get her to swing at something bad, great. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the second. This one is popped up. It's in play. Catcher calls for it, and she makes the grab. So Jill Green makes the put out. And the batter now will be the DH, Karen Jones, number 12. Let's see if we have some information on Karen here. We see the replay, and you see the ball handled nicely by the catcher in foul territory. First pitch back to the live action is a swing and a miss.
That is a sophomore, this young Karen Jones, batting .410.
She is also a cheerleader.
Yes.
Not at the same time, though.
No, but a lot of people think the cheerleaders are not athletes.
Oh,
they will argue with you.
You better believe they will.
They put a lot of time.
No balls, 2 strikes. Again, the catcher lines up with that glove outside the strike zone. Almost got her to swing at that. She thought about it, but it was off the plate. Good eye by the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the top of the second. Fouled back out of play. Temperature game time in the mid-70s, a light breeze, just a beautiful afternoon out here in Fox Hill.
I don't know if you can see this a little bit. If you see where the fielders are lined up, they are really shifted to the right because of the speed that Emily's got. Most people are going to hit to the right or swing late. And there's a third strikeout. Is that your third one?
That is the third one, yep. So a swinging strikeout by Karen Jones, and the batter now will be the right fielder, Chris Bolin.
Another sophomore, and her second year on this team. Whoa, right in the inside corner.
Mr. Smith likes that inside corner. Down the pipe for strike 2.
That was right down.
0-2. 2 away. Nobody on. No runs in. Both teams scoreless here. Top of the second. Just off the plate. Same idea. Crowd thought it was a strike, but it was clearly outside.
And that was a great pitch. It
Right
was
where she put the glove.
right where the catcher wanted her to put it. Not good enough for a strike, but close enough to there.
And that's exactly
almost the same place.
Exactly the same idea. Just off the plate, out of the reach of the batter. And it's close enough you have to swing, because if you don't, you're going to probably get called out on strikes.
Yeah, and then you're going to say, oh, no.
So that was a 3-up and 3-down inning, just like the first one. And Miss Emily Belbin has been dominating here in the early part of the ball game. After 1.5 innings, we have no score. Coming up, the bottom half of the second for Kecoughtan will be the second baseman, Jana Zisnall, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Then the catcher, Jill Green. Zitnall? Zitnall, okay. And then Sherry Roberts will be the designated hitter. She'll be scheduled third up here in the bottom of the second.
You have Jana, and then who do you have after her?
The leadoff batter is Zitnall.
Yeah.
Jill Green, and then the designated hitter, Sherry Roberts.
Okay, I got my orders out of here.
A lot of activity going on in the Peninsula area, attributed to the NFL draft. Some congratulations due to some of our local outstanding athletes. Speaking of Bethel High School, Todd Kelly drafted high by the San Francisco 49ers.
In the first round. We're really tickled about that. I know his dad. He's John Kelly. It's good to see. This young lady, Tim, has 0 strikeouts this year. That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, especially in fast-pitch softball, you're right. First pitch is low and inside for a ball. Bottom half of the second inning. No score between Bethel and Kecoughtan. Coming to you from Francis Asbury Park. And that one caught the corner for a strike. 1-1.
She's got, this is her 4th year with the team, Tim, but she's graduating senior.
She hits this one. It looks like it's going to drop in, and it does.
Texas Leaguer.
So a single for Jana as the Warriors get a base runner here in the second inning, and it brings up the catcher, Jill Green. And Jill is going to do a little housework here, get the bat off the playing field.
This young lady is only batting .270. It's her 3rd year, but she holds the records for throwing out runners. I was telling you, as a catcher, she threw out 6 in the game they had the other night, or the other day. Does a lot. Remarkable.
Takes the pitch for a strike. So a lot of movement there. You can see on that the square around by Jill to fake the bunt, or at least appear to fake the bunt. And you got the first baseman coming in, the second baseman covering, third baseman rushing in. Again, shows bunt. The ball gets away from the catcher, and going down to second easily is Jana Zitnall.
Well, now you got her in scoring position, so Jill is saying, okay, now I don't need to bunt. But if you're the Bruins, you got to be careful that she may be bunting her into third, because there are no outs.
1-1 the count. Andrews delivers, and it's a high pitch, but it's swung at and missed.
Well, no, it was a foul tip. Foul tip, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might have been, but I wasn't sure. So it's 1-2 now. Nobody out, runner on second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andrews with a changeup off the plate. 2-2. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the second inning. This one is popped up. Second baseman calls for it, but the first baseman over to make the grab.
And she was playing heads-up ball. She was looking for somebody covering second base. Nobody was there. She might have doubled up the runner.
Second baseman was also in on the play. Shortstop didn't get an opportunity to cover. So Sherry Roberts will be your batter now. She is the DH with 1 away. Runner on second. Pitches low and inside for a ball.
DH is always a tough position to play, Tim. The only thing you do is bat. You don't get. It's hard to get into the field of the game. This is just her first year with the team.
Fouled away, out of play.
Sherry, and she's just a ninth grader, and that's quite an accomplishment to be a ninth grader and be playing a varsity sport.
1-1 the count. Andrews delivers. It's fouled, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 1 away, runner on second. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from Francis Asbury Park. Fouled, out of play again. Almost got it.
Almost, don't count, Tim.
Almost got hit. We'll have to have a timeout to get no more softballs. One ball and 2 strikes to count. In the dirt. Nice pickup by the catcher.
That was nice stop.
Tammy Maxey, a good job of keeping that ball from getting away and the runner advancing. 2-2, swing and a foul tip.
She's hanging in there, Sherry Roberts. She's anything close to that base, she's protecting it.
Still 2-2. This one is hit. Played by the third baseman over to first for the out.
That was a good play because it was the only option she had.
That's a fine-looking play by the third baseman. Runner advances to third.
So that brings up the number 8 batter.
Emily Whiting is the batter. She is the shortstop. She takes a ball just a little bit low. 2 away, bottom of the second. Andrews comes a little high and tight. 2 balls, no strikes.
This young lady is an honor student, Tim. This is her 3rd year with the team.
Gets this one to the shortstop, over to first, and the out is recorded. And the Bruins get out of a jam there. And we've played 2 innings now. Warriors have 2 hits, but no runs. The Bruins have been 6 up and 6 down. And they will bring to the plate in the top of the 3rd, Lessa Bradford, the first baseman. She will be followed by the catcher, Tammy Maxey, and then the left fielder, Melissa Bates. We will be at Bethel High School, I believe it is, isn't it, on the 11th of May, next week
Yes.
from tomorrow.
That's the
11th of May.
Kecoughtan Bethel baseball.
Kecoughtan and Bethel. Then the Friday the 14th, we will be at Hampton for Hampton and who? Bethel?
Hampton and Kecoughtan.
See, I got to test you here. I knew what it was.
Sure you did. Right.
Going to have a couple of boys baseball games and another girls softball game here before we're through with our regular season spring sports coverage. Got some outstanding play in the Peninsula District. The Kecoughtan girls are 11-1. The Kecoughtan boys baseball team 12-0. And they have clinched the Peninsula District, I'm told. First pitch from Belbin is off the plate for a ball. Batter is Lessa Bradford, first baseman. This one a strike called. 1-1 the count. No scorer here at the top of the 3rd. 7 innings. The scheduled number of innings. Bunt back to the pitcher, and Belbin handles the play nicely.
Yes, she did. Nice play.
And now Tammy Maxey, number 15, the catcher, will be the batter. She is batting .285. She's a transfer from Kansas. On the corner for a strike. Hit to the second baseman, takes a bad hop. She tries to play the ball, but can't get a hold of it, and probably an error will be charged on the play. But a tough play on the second baseman, Sisnall. That ball took a bad hop just at the end there.
That really.
So that brings up Melissa Bates, the left fielder. Quick throw down to first. And she got back in time. One away, runner on first. Call strike two. We don't have an official score to tell us, but I'm sure that the play will be ruled an error. And a good play. The bunt will be for a hit. And Maxey advances to third, and on the play, going down to second, is Melissa Bates. So the Bruins have something going here with just one out.
That was an excellent bunt, just an excellent bunt.
That is the way you teach it. That was a hit all the way. Get a chance to see this again. There's just no way that they could make the play, and then a bad throw allowed the runner to advance to third, Maxey, the catcher, and on the throw to third, Bates advances to second. That'll bring up the leadoff batter, Jennifer Hughes. That ball is a fair ball, and everybody will be safe.
Should have let the ball go and it bounced foul.
Yeah. At least would have had a better chance. You had no chance to get her out.
No, none at all.
So the bases are loaded now, and Emily Belbin is in real trouble with just one away, and the batter is Stephanie Boyd, who popped out to the center fielder her first time up.
And we have 0 outs, Tim.
One out.
1 out. And who made that out? Who was that?
Lessa Bradford grounded out
Bradford, that's
pitching
right,
to first.
okay.
Well, you're testing my scoring abilities here.
Doing that, I'm trying to get caught up.
Again, scoring around a bunt. Good play by the third baseman. Heads up action as the force play at home for the second out. And that'll bring up Melissa Edwards with 2 away now. So the Warriors showing one of the reasons they're 11-1. Good heads-up defensive play.
Tim, that was a...
Here's your replay.
You're right. That should have been a squeeze bunt, and you want the bunt to go a little further down the line than it did. But the catcher, I thought the third baseman just did an excellent job
April
coming
Edwards.
in.
Yeah, she was in looking for the bunt. So it made it easier for her, but it was a good bang-bang play, and she did a fine job. This ball hits sharply to the second baseman, and the throw home not in time. Runner gets back to third, safe, and there's one run across.
The play should have been at first, and the third... Emily went to home with it instead of over at first, but that's, fielder's choice, and that gives the lead to the Bruins.
So runners on every base still with 2 out, 1 run across for the Bruins. Pitch is a little high for a ball. So the Bruins have gotten to Emily Belbin, but of course the runner that scored got on base by an error, so I'd assume that would make that run an unearned run. Of a little consequence right now as the Bruins have taken the lead 1-0.
And that was a strike right down the pike.
Batter is Katie Minnick, who popped out to the catcher her first time up. Changeup, nice pitch by Belbin.
Oh, she really in front of it, and that's what a changeup will do. Will really make you feel like an idiot. The ball looks like it's a cantaloupe coming in there, but it's you way out in front of it.
Fouled off. She stays alive. Again, the pitch off the plate, trying to get her to go for the bad pitch. She did so. Just got the end of the bat on it to stay alive. 1-2 the count. 2 away. And she swings at a bad pitch with the bases loaded. So Belbin is able to get the big out on Katie Minnick. Let me see if I can figure out here how many hits we had. Looks like we had 2 hits and 1 run unofficially.
And I got 5.
Truly unofficially.
I got 5 strikeouts as we watch some of the replay here. And that was the hit to the shortstop, and
so there was no chance with that the quickness of the runner on third to get down there.
Well, and the runner on third, in all fairness to the shortstop, that runner on third was gone when that ball was. I mean, she was down the line. You're right. No way she's going to get there. The play should have been at first, and I'm sure the coach will tell her that with 2 out, that's who you want to get. You get that one, the run that won't count anyway.
So the Bruins on 2 hits and a run and an error take the lead 1-0. And coming up here for the Warriors in the bottom half of the 3rd inning will be Sarah Woolsey, the first baseman, April Burdett, the left fielder, and then the top of the order, April Edwards. There's a baseball name, Burdett.
Burdett. So who do we have?
Lou Burdett.
Lou Burdett. Lou's
showing
coming
my age. That goes all the way back to the Milwaukee Braves. Team no longer even in existence. Leadoff batter is Sarah Woolsey. What do you got on Miss Sarah there? You're looking frantically.
I'm trying to find these are not in order, Tim, so be with me here. She's just a sophomore. Batting .310, second year.
Well, I may stand corrected here, or they changed the batting order on me, because that is not Woolsey at the.
That's number 6.
Number 6, who is April Burdett. So it looks like we might have had a change in our batting order.
Well, she's a cheerleader, an honor student, and got 2 strikes on her. And 2 balls.
2-2 the count. And a swing and a miss. So April Burdett is a strikeout victim. So forget that Sarah Woolsey thing. I think what it did was, okay. I'll tell you what it did, Bob.
What? Tell me what?
Jones batted for Andrews, so I missed one there. Got Andrews showing up in the.
Well, April is the batter. Is that correct?
April Edwards is the batter.
She's played basketball for 3 years, is an honor student, batting .300. Just a junior. I tell you,
here's where I made a mistake.
Joanne Andrews looks strong.
I got to go back and track here and correct myself, okay? Because of this DH thing, it kind of messed me up.
Oh, yes.
Back in the 2nd inning, Emily Whiting did not bat. She was DH'd by Woolsey, and that's where I got messed up.
Okay, and this is Amy Johnson, 4th year, all-district outfielder in '92.
And
Andrews is really looking a lot stronger than she did the first 2 innings. I mean, she is really humming.
Amy was a strikeout victim in the 1st. Pops this one out of play.
Are you ducking, Ted?
Nah. So I think I've straightened out now. So Burdett was the batter, and I inadvertently made Woolsey Whiting earlier, but we got it straight now. This one way off the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Bethel with a 1-0 lead. Andrews winds, delivers with a strike three.
That's
So
3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Oh, and Jerome's bringing hot dogs.
struck out the side.
Oh, he went right on by you, Tim.
Wait a minute, he'll be coming back. He wouldn't have forgotten us.
I thought you start to drool as he rounded the corner.
Can't eat that stuff, it's poison.
Oh, I hear you.
Fat grams. All right, so the Warriors strike up, strike down. All three of the batters a strikeout victim, and 2 in the first by Andrews, and those 3 give her 5 strikeouts. So we've played 3 full innings, and the Warriors find themselves in an unusual position. They find themselves trailing in the ball game 1-0. The Warriors in the the Bruins rather in the top of the 4th will send up. The leadoff batter will be, let's see here, I gotta find out where it was. Karen Jones.
Could you use something like that? That help you or not?
Oh, it might just confuse me more, but that's fine.
Well,
I'm fine now, I think. Thank you.
I can see that. Look at how strong mine is.
Yeah.
Man, I can see that.
So leading off will be number 12. That is Karen Jones.
Karen is she's the DH. Batting .410. Cheerleader. Whoa! Got to stay down on it.
Karen will
That is an error.
get on with the error recorded to the second baseman.
Jan, what did you say? How you pronounce that again? Zendal?
Zitnall.
Zitnall.
And now the batter will be number 9, Chris Bolin. Chris struck out in the second inning.
She's batting .393 as her second year, just a sophomore.
In the dirt. Actually, it hit her, I believe. Yeah. So runners at first and second for the Bruins now, and Lessa Bradford is the batter. She grounded out. Pitcher to first, her first time up. Takes the strike.
She is just a junior. She's only batting .167. But this is her third year on the team.
A swinging bunt, if you will.
Tim, I don't know about you. The third base is called the hot box.
Yep.
And that young lady for Kecoughtan, the third baseman, and that's Sarah Woosley, that number 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's right up there in the pocket of the batter almost.
Throw down to third, well covered as it's backed up nicely. Thrown well over the third baseman's head, but 2 players down there to back her up. But the Bruins do now have runners at second and third. And nobody out here. Bradford with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And the Bruins threatening again. Pitches off the plate.
That was a nice position. Nice position, trying to get her to go for it.
Ball was not even close to being a strike. The fans are watching where the catcher is catching the ball and thinking it's in the strike zone, but the pitch well off the plate. Hit hard down to first base, steps on a bag for 1, to home, the tag, and she is out at home.
Oh, that's 2
Double
out.
play.
What a nice play by the first baseman, Tim.
A double play turned by the Warriors on a really nice defensive play by the first baseman. That was
If we
excellent
got that
work.
again, here it is. It's a hit, step on the first base, put the first one out, and then a nice tag. Good camera work, people.
You inadvertently named the third baseman Woolsey a while ago. That was Woolsey who made that play. She's the first baseman.
First baseman, all right.
And she did a great job to get the double
So that's
play.
April down. I'm sorry, that's April down there on third.
And a run scores as Tammy Maxey, the catcher, will be on first base.
I tell you, Tim, she's a young lady that's just transferred from Kansas that stepped right in as a catcher for these Bruins. And we got a pinch runner, number 3. That's Dorshawn Bradshaw. Is just her first year, but a little speed there on first base for the Bruins.
So the batter is Melissa Bates, who had a single in the third.
Just a freshman, Tim, batting .238. It's her first year, of course.
Takes the strike. 2 away, 1 run across. So an error and a hit batsman has led to the run. Bates gets the signal from Larry Eastep. Pitch is a strike. Attempted steal, and she should be registered out. She is. Good
Nice
throw by
throw.
the catcher.
And that's another one, and she holds a record for throwing out batters or runners attempting to steal, and there was a good example.
So the pinch runner is out trying to steal. So the next time up, the batting order, Melissa Bates will get another chance. Here's your replay. You see the fine throw from the catcher and got her just as she went by. Had she slid away from the
Slid around, going over the top of.
Yeah. Really ran into the tag as it would be. But the Bruins add another run on no hits, and now they lead 2-0 after 3.5. And the Warriors will send up in their half of the inning. Valerie White, the center fielder, will lead off. She'll be followed by the pitcher, Emily Belbin, and then the second baseman, Jana Zitno. So the Bruins leading 2-0. If I recall what you said earlier, the Bruins lost the first game between these two teams. Is that right?
That's right, 11-3. 11-3. And who we got as a batter?
Leadoff batter is Valerie White. She had the first hit of the ball game, had a single back in the first.
Batting .487, 21 RBIs.
She hits this one to center field and caught for the out. So the center fielder, Jennifer Hughes, records the out and brings up second batter of the inning, the pitcher, Emily Belbin.
Well, Emily is batting .538.
Fouls this one out of play.
Her on-base efficiency is .765, so that means she gets on, she usually scores. 76, 77% of the time she gets on, she scores. That's right up the middle.
She hits that one for a nice single up the middle. And brings up Zitnall, Jana, the second baseman. But actually, I don't mean to correct you, but I think her on-base proficiency means between hits and walks, she gets on base 76% of the time, not necessarily scores.
Well, I didn't know.
That's okay.
Appreciate you helping me out there.
I might be wrong on that too, but I believe that's how that works. The on-base proficiency means that's between walks, errors, and hits. She reaches base in some way, shape, or form 76% of the time.
Well, this young lady gets on 73% of the time.
And she is Jana This is it. No, she had a single in the second.
And she's got 13 RBIs to her credit. Has just batted 35 times.
Belbin goes down to second on the wild pitch. 1-1 the count. Hits sharply to third. Looks the runner back. Throws to first for the out. Did she record it? Yes, the umpire says she did record the out before she dropped the ball. She dropped the ball in her efforts to take it and throw it. So
right.
The out was recorded.
We got 2 out now, Tim, so.
Runner is at third. Jill Green will be your batter.
Jill, the catcher, is batting .270, 14 RBIs.
She popped out to the pitcher first time up. Fouls this one back out of play.
Goes a couple more hot dogs right on by. But that's right, all that fat gram, you wouldn't eat any, right?
No, can't eat that stuff. Hit to the shortstop. Over to first in time.
Oh, nice play by the shortstop. That was a close play. Stayed with it, stayed down on it, come through with it.
So good fielding by the Lady Bruins. Snuffs the rally. The Warriors do get a base hit. They have 3 hits now, but they still have not scored, and we have completed 4 innings. And the score remains 2-0 in favor of the Bethel Bruins. Wanted to expand a little further on that discussion about the Peninsula District and its representation in the NFL draft recently. Besides Todd Kelly, you had Terry Kirby, a young man you and I have had the pleasure to follow his career from the days at Tabb High School to UVA, and now he is a draft
going down to
member
the
of
Miami team, yeah. And his cousin Chris Lade is going to be a Patriot. Yep. Those youngsters have played together since little league ball, and all the way up through Tabb and University of Virginia, and it's nice to see the young men from the peninsula taking that one step further where very few people get a chance to go, and that's to the pros.
So leading off for the Bruins here in the top of the 5th inning will be Melissa Bates. You may recall she was at bat when the 4th inning ended, when Tammy Maxey's pinch runner was thrown out trying to steal. So Melissa will get a fresh count and get a chance to bat. She will be the leadoff batter. She'll be followed by the DH, Karen Jones, and then the top of the order with Jennifer Hughes.
And again, Bates is just a freshman, Tim, batting .238.
Squares around, bunts the ball nicely. A little hard, though, back to the pitcher, and Belbin does a good job of throwing her out at first.
And Tim, for the youngsters that are watching this thing, she just took the ball and just a kind of a toss. She didn't rear back and throw it overhand, and just a nice little toss to the first baseman and to record that out. Did a good job of coming off and becoming a fielder after the pitch.
Leadoff batter now, Jennifer Hughes checks in. Takes the first pitch for a strike. I said Karen Jones. This DH thing is still throwing me off here, Bob. Give me a break.
4-year starter, batting .222, Jennifer is a senior.
Jennifer struck out first time up and reached first on a single in the 3rd. 1-1 the count. 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Pitch is a little outside for ball 2. This district has had their fair share of good girls softball players over the years. Young lady last year, Jennifer Diggs for Phoebus, had a great season. Emily Belbin having an excellent season this year, 11-1 coming into this game.
And we'll not forget young Amber Roughton for this.
Yep. So Hughes draws the base on balls. And that brings up Stephanie Boyd, the shortstop.
Let me tell you how tough this Hampton schools are in softball in the Peninsula District. Since '83, the winners of the district champion in Bethel, '83, '84, and '85, Kecoughtan '86, '87, Lafayette slipped in there in '88, Hampton '89, Kecoughtan in '90, Denby '91, and Phoebus in '92.
Hit to the second baseman, over to first for the ground out for the second out of the inning.
To give you an idea of this, I talked about Amber Roughton. Tim, she holds the school records for the most hits, 110, the most runs, 113, most stolen bases, 120, most putouts, 164, and a best batting average of 470. That's not bad. That's a tough gal to replace when she graduated.
Melina Edwards is the batter. She struck out and reached in the third inning for a single.
Second year starter as a sophomore, is batting .272.
Two away, runner on second. A little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes on the batter. 2 away, top of the fifth. 2-0, favor of the Lady Bruins. Wanted to swing, held off that pitch, and took it for a ball.
Just a little high. 3-0.
And ball 4, so 4 pitches, and Edwards is on first.
So we got a first and a runner on second.
2 away, and the batter is Katie Minnick, third baseman.
Third baseman, sophomore, batting .421, is also on the swim team.
First and second. Bruins with a 2-run lead here in the fifth. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from Francis Asbury Park. Pitch is just off the plate. One ball, no strikes. Strike call. 1-1 the count. Ball is hit to the first baseman. She'll play it herself for the third out. So Katie Minnick is the third out in the top half of the fifth inning. Check that, the bottom half of the fifth inning, rather. I'll get it right yet. Top half of the fifth inning. I had it right the first time.
I'm not going to try to confuse
Talk
you.
myself out of it.
You're confusing me.
Talk myself out of it. Get a chance to watch that last out. Ball hit off the end of the bat by Minnick. We didn't get a chance to see the whole thing, but it went right to the first baseman. So unofficially, and I emphasize that. Oh, okay, let's see if we can catch this on the replay. Our director is saying the ball hit foul, but I guess it came back in. Here's your replay. Let's watch this again. So the ball hit in foul territory.
Sure did.
But then came back in. It hit something and caused, look at that, it actually hit on the foul part of the line. But see, that's the important part is where the ball is when it gets to first base.
Right, when the first baseman, when a player touches it.
Yep.
If it's got to hit, if it hits in the box now, it's automatic foul, right?
You got me. Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, so our leadoff batter here believe we're going to have a substitution. Maybe down the road here. Sherry Roberts. Sherry Roberts is our leadoff batter. And she pops it up. Second baseman, or excuse me, shortstop over to make the play. So 1 up, 1 down, and it brings up the first baseman, Sarah Wolseley, number 5.
And just her second year. She took over pitching in '92 when Emily was sidelined with mononucleosis. She also plays JV basketball. And, of course, this young lady who has not struck out this season is batting .310 coming into today.
All right, Mr. Director, we are on your cue here. Ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Bethel leading 2-0. Bethel tied for 3rd place in the district with Gloucester with 8-4. And Kecoughtan with 11-1 on the season. Bruins looking for the upset. Andrews delivers high for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike to the batter, Sarah Wolseley. And this one hit off the fist for an out. We'll return to Francis Asbury Park after this brief timeout. Back here at Francis Asbury Park, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 1 strike to count to the batter. Over to first for the out. So we had a pinch hitter there, Bob. That was number 21 who came in to pinch hit for Kecoughtan. I don't believe we realized that prior to it actually occurring. Let's see if we can find out who 21 is.
Oh, I can tell you 21
is. That is Danielle
Satchel.
You think that's how you pronounce that? Satchel Bow?
She plays left field, just a sophomore. Let me see what coach has got for me here.
At any rate, she grounded out. To end the inning. And that was a 3-up, 3-down inning for Miss Andrews. So she unofficially has allowed only 3 hits and no runs through 5 innings. For the Lady Bruins, leading off in the top half of the 6th inning. Working at a bit of a handicap here in the outdoors, although it's a
but
pleasant
Tim, I
afternoon.
don't have anything on her.
Chris.
I think I lost my. There it is.
Karen Jones is going to lead off. She is the DH.
Sophomore batting .410. Also a cheerleader.
Pitch is outside from Belvin. Karen Jones, who has struck out and reached on an error. 5 complete innings, 2-0 in favor of the Lady Bruins, looking to avenge an earlier season loss. Looks like Larry might be trying a little psych job there. What do you think, Bob?
Very subtle about it. He's catching a little static. This is the Warrior home field, and
Pitch is a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Leadoff batter, the designated hitter, Karen Jones. And this one's in the dirt. So Jones now ahead on the count, 3-0. Strike called. 5 strikeouts recorded so far by Emily Belbin. She has not gotten the strikeout the last 2 innings. That one's a little bit low, so Jones will reach base on the base on balls.
The Bruins have had somebody on every inning for the last, 3 or 4 innings, haven't they? Last 3 innings?
They were 3 up and 3 down the first 2 innings, but after that have been a real thorn for the Warriors. This is Chris Bolin. She struck out and was hit by a pitch. Belbin delivers for a strike. On deck, Lessa Bradford. This one is chopped foul down the third baseline. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Runner on first. In the dirt, runner is going, and she will reach second easily. So Jones advances to second.
Chris is batting .393, just a sophomore for the Bruins. His second year with the team.
This one is hit to right field, caught, tagging and going to third. Good throw, but not in time.
So that was just a little off the base. Had it been on line, she would have got her.
Good job of base running by Karen Jones as she waited until the ball was caught and then tagged up. And close play at third, but the ball just a little off the bag. So now with 1 out, a runner in scoring position, and Lessa Bradford is the batter. She has grounded out twice. Takes first pitch for a strike.
She's only batting .167. It's her third year with the team as a junior.
Squares around and a swinging bunt. What a great play. Excellent play as she took a swinging bunt at the ball and got down to first base, and scoring is Karen Jones to make it 3-0 now in favor of the Bruins.
Excellent, excellent play.
That's that tough position there when you come in the third. You never know when that batter is going to swing away. And fortunately for the third baseman, the ball didn't go right to her, but actually, in retrospect, I guess you wished it had.
Yes.
Pitch is a strike. The batter is the catcher, Maxey. Tammy Maxey reached on an error.
Batting .285 as a junior.
Reached on an error, and I believe she singled, and I'm not sure of my score sheet here. Bradford stealing, and she is out.
And that's another throw put out by the catcher. She holds the school record with 17 and got at least 2 this game that I know of, if not more.
So 2 away on the nice play by Jill Green to gun down the attempted steal. Just on the corner. Tammy Maxey looked at the umpire and say, I don't think so.
She came into this inning with 17 putouts from the runners trying to steal.
Jammed her, hit it back to the pitcher, and Melvin throws it away. And Maxey will trot down to second. The ball went out of play, went into the foul territory, so an automatic base on the play. That'll be an error on the pitcher. Maxey will move to second with 2 out. And the batter will be Melissa Bates.
Melissa Bates, a freshman, batting .238, first year with these Bruins.
Maxey will come out, and she will have a pinch runner again, same young lady that ran for her earlier in the ballgame.
So that's number 3.
Number 3,
That's
Bradshaw.
Doshawn Bradshaw.
Pitch is a strike to Bates. Two away, runner at second. One run across.
It's a strike.
No balls, 2 strikes to Bates. Score is 3-0 now in favor of the Bruins. Top half of the 6th inning. And a bunt back to the pitcher. Belbin this time throws it off the glove of the first baseman. And a runner will score all the way from second base.
Very uncharacteristic for this Kecoughtan team. Those are just mental errors. That runner scored because of a bad throw and got on because of a bad throw and scored because of a bad throw. And the team's going to get together and say, we're going to need to do a little talking here. Watch the replays. It just went right off of the first baseman's glove.
I'm not so sure you wouldn't give that error to the first baseman.
Yeah, I
made
almost
contact
would
with the
too.
leather. It would be a tough call. It really wasn't that bad a throw.
Oh.
5th inning stretch here for us old people. But nonetheless, 2 consecutive bouncers back to the pitcher that should have been called out under normal circumstances, but both of them got away from the first baseman. First one was clearly the pitcher's error. This one would be debatable, but has led to the 4th run of the ball game for the Lady Bruins. So they lead 4-0 now. And the batter is Jennifer Hughes, the center fielder. Pitch is a little bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
You get down mentally when you make a couple mistakes like that. The whole team gets down. One thing that'll, as a strike is called, one thing that'll get the team fired back up, you come up to bat, you get a couple of hits and get a run, and then all of a sudden you start playing a little bit better, and maybe that'll happen. We'll see. But the Bruins right now are...
And she guns her down. So Jill Green, a big factor in Kecoughtan shortening this inning as she guns down the runner. So no hits, couple of errors. Let's check that 1 hit rather. Bradford had the hit with the RBI. 2 errors, so, and 2 runs score. So after, here we watch again the replay, we'll see the catcher Green throw down to third in time for the 3rd out.
How many do you have? How many times she's thrown out? Or you don't have that? With all your complicated gobbledygook over there?
I've got at least, I'll use your statistic. I have 3.
It's either 3 or 4.
Yeah, I know of 3 for sure. And I think there might be 4. I think you might be right. So the bottom half of the 6th inning, as time here is running short now for the Lady Warriors, as they will bring up the top of the order. April Edwards, Amy Johnson, and Valerie White are the scheduled batters for Kecoughtan. You get a chance. Here's the swinging bunt by Bradford to score the RBI back in the previous inning. So the batter is April Edwards.
April been to bat 40 times, has had 12 hits, is batting 300.
He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out. Excuse me, 0 for 1 rather. She reached on a base on balls and struck out.
April was first team All-District at first base last year. She's played basketball for 3 years, is an honor student, has 22 stolen bases, so when she gets on, she's a threat to run.
2 balls and 1 strike. Bottom half of the 6th inning, 4-0 in favor of the Lady Bruins. Leadoff batter takes strike 2.
Right on the corner.
2-2 the count. Kecoughtan 11-1. Bethel in second. Check that, third place rather. 8-4. And a swing and a miss. Actually a foul tip. But April Edwards is a strikeout victim to lead off the 6th. And Amy Johnson will be the batter. Amy has struck out twice.
Batting .217. This is her 4th year with the team. Tim was an all-district outfielder last year. Has had 21 walks this season. Nice bunt.
Bunts it down to third baseline and got it by a step. She is
I
safe.
tell you, first baseman did a great job, number 16 for the Bruins, stretching for the ball that time, Melissa Edwards.
But good speed by Amy Johnson. She got a single by a half a step. Good movement down the baseline.
And here we got Valerie, 3rd year.
Watch the replay here, Bob. Just beat out that throw. First pitch to Valerie White is a little high for a ball.
She was the best hitter on the team last year. I told you she broke her ankle, was out most of this year. Still batting .615. Is varsity basketball for 3 years, honor student. 21 RBIs, 15 stolen bases.
Pitch is a strike. Pitcher Emily Belbin is on deck. Andrews delivers. The ball is popped into short right field. Could be trouble. It drops in. And runners now at first and second for the Warriors as Valerie White contributes with a single to right. 2 hits in the inning. That's they only had 3 coming in, so they're starting to find the range on Andrews now. And then you've got the big stick of Emily Belbin coming to plate.
And she got a nice, strong single last time. 4th year, she holds the team for record for strikeouts. I told you that. She's the best offensive player in 91. She'll probably go to Meredith College next year. She's been heavily recruited. Has led her to not only in softball, but in basketball and in tennis.
First pitch to her is low for a ball. 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th.
She also is a recipient of a DAR scholarship, Tim, and then coming into this game, she had 7 hits in the last 9 at bats. That's pretty powerful.
She is 1 for 2 today. This one is hit to the third baseman. She has trouble with it, but throws over to first and got her at first. That was a fine play by the Bruin third baseman to gun her down. She had a little trouble on the grounder, but picked the ball up, stuck with it, and rifled it over to first base. So 2 away now. The Warriors advance the runners to second and third. And Jana Zitnall is the batter. She is 1 for 2.
Excuse me, Tim. She's batting .286, 4th year. She also has a DAR scholarship winner. And again, this young lady has not struck out this year.
The Warriors right now would love to see her connect. She hits the ball sharply to the shortstop, over to first for the out. So the Warriors threaten, but that's all they do as the Bruins play tough defense after allowing consecutive hits to Johnson and White. then the defense stiffened, and the third out completes the 6th inning.
Well, you hit it to a player, an infielder, and they made great throws as opposed to what the Warriors did, Tim. They had a couple of errant throws in that same inning, and which caused them to give up a run or two.
Here's a replay of that last out of the inning. I believe that's the one. No, that was the Belbin play where she slid into first. That was the second out of the inning. There you see good heads-up play by Bradford to run the ball in and make sure all the runners stay where they were supposed to. We've seen some good defensive play by both teams this afternoon. Out here at Francis Asbury Park, the former home of the Fox Hillians way back in the old days when fast-pitch semi-pro ball used to be very popular in this area. Used to fill these stands.
Used to be a king in this area.
All right, top of the 7th inning, the final inning. And momentary timeout called by Lennis Smith, the umpire behind the plate. Done a good job this afternoon. First pitch is a strike to the leadoff batter, Jennifer Hughes.
Jennifer is a 4-year starter captain, is batting .222. Plays center field and third, senior this year.
Foul back. No balls and 2 strikes to Jennifer. Warriors trailing 4-0 to the upset-minded Bethel Bruins. That's a swing and a foul tip. Count remains 0-2. Want to take this opportunity, lest we should forget, to thank the fine people here at Francis Asbury for any and all assistance in setting up for today's game. Ball is popped down the third baseline, foul, out of play.
Yeah, we sure do. We appreciate all the efforts. Bunny, of course, helping us out, and our crew doing their excellent job getting over here. And we wish to, and I don't even know if you know, Dr. Sam is going in for back surgery.
No,
and, I think it's today or tomorrow, and we, of course, hope everything comes out all right, and he's back with us soon.
Dr. Sam Stills, our producer. You want to wish him a speedy recovery. In his absence, we do have the A-team here.
Oh, yes. A-team -1.
Hit sharply to the third baseman. Good stop by Edwards at third base, but a base hit.
She did a great job, Tim. I thought she was coming up with the ball. She got a glove on it. Beautiful job. But just couldn't come up with the ball.
Fine effort, but a single unofficially to Jennifer Hughes. First pitch to Stephanie Boyd is high for a ball. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Strike called. 4-0 in favor of the Lady Bruins of Bethel. Lays the bunt down. Third baseman over to make the play. Down to first to record the out.
Stephanie, I didn't get to tell you, she was number 2 on the tennis team. She got out so quick I couldn't find the information.
Melina Edwards will be the batter. Sacrifice bunt on that last play for Stephanie Boyd. Moved the runner up to second with 1 away.
She's a sophomore batting .272, also one of the pitchers.
Strike called to Edwards. Melina Edwards. Off the plate for a ball. Pitch is high for a ball. Top half of the 7th inning. Bethel scored 1 run in the third, scored another run in the fourth, and 2 runs in the sixth to make it 4-0. So Belbin having a little control problem here, falls behind 3-1. Swing and a miss. The count runs full. One away, runner on second. Belbin delivers, popped up to the first baseman. She'll make the grab for the second out. And that'll bring up Katie Minnick, the third baseman. Katie 0 for 3 this afternoon. Popped out, grounded out, and struck out.
She's batting .421, is also on the swim team, just a sophomore.
I guess you'd say she's due.
She's
batting
due.
better than 400. She's 0 for 3. Down the middle for a strike. Two away for the Bruins. Belbin shakes off the catcher's call. Now she's set. This one is hit to short right field, and the play is made for the third out. So the Bruins strand a runner. They have 4 hits unofficially, 4 runs. The Warriors 5 hits, no runs, and the bottom of the 7th coming up. Scheduled to bat will be Jill Green, Sherry Roberts, and Sarah Wolseley. For the Warriors, their last chance to get back in this ballgame. They were able to get a couple of runners last inning, but the Bruins defense clamped down. Here you get a chance to see a replay of that hard shot down the third baseline. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the Peninsula District Girls Softball. We will have another softball game for you. That game coming up right here again on the 17th of May here at Francis Asbury Park. Kecoughtan and Hampton will battle in that game. Some more previous action there. You see the put out at first base by the Warriors. So the leadoff batter will be Jill Green. And she will be followed by Sherry Roberts. Bethel looking for the upset. Andrews delivers off the plate for a ball.
Well, Jill not only plays softball, but she's also basketball, tennis. She's on a cheerleader. She's an honor student. She's in the band. She's only allowed 12 stolen bases this year, Tim, which is quite an accomplishment. Prior to this game, she threw out 17.
2 balls and no strikes. The Warriors need a base runner. Ball 3.
The coach has got me a little note here. It says that throwing out 17, we know she's throwing out 3, maybe even 4. That's remarkable considering that one team has stolen 113 bases this year.
That is pretty remarkable. And 4 pitches, and she trots down to first base. So the Warriors have a base runner. They need 4 runs to stay in this ball game, but they got to get them one at a time, as the saying goes.
Well, this is Sherry Roberts, batting .231, plays JV basketball, honor student, has a twin sister on the team, Jill, and she's also in the band.
Nobody out, runner on first. Low for a ball. A base runner is safe at second. Interesting tactic when you're down by 4 runs. You I know you got to get them when you can get them, but
well, you would think you'd play a little more conservative, but that's evidently not Coach McDonald's style.
when you're 11-1, you can do what you want to do, right?
Well, he got that way by being aggressive.
Batter held up, but it was a strike nonetheless, so it's a 1-1 count. Runner on second, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th. Popped foul down the first base line, out of play. So now Sherry Roberts behind on the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. She is due. She is 0 for 2 this afternoon. In the dirt. Ball 3. Nice pickup by Maxie. This young lady Maxie is a tall young lady. She's
for a catcher, usually catchers are much shorter, but
she would appear to be a good 5'10", 5'11", maybe even taller than that. Pitch is just a little bit low. Andrews wanted that pitch. The count runs full, now 3-2. Fouled back out of play. And Roberts stays alive. Ball hits softly back to the pitcher. Andrews over to first, not in time. Ball gets away, and a runner will score. There goes the shutout. The runner goes all the way over to third and is in safely. So Jill Green will score all the way from second base on what would have been a base hit, I think. They never would have gotten the runner.
No, I don't think they would have gotten the runner. You're right, Tim. It was.
But she will go all the way to third on the air. And that'll bring up the batter, Sarah Wolseley. Here's your replay. You're going to see the ball tapped back to the pitcher. She was going to be hard-pressed to get it anyway. Pitch is a strike to Wolseley.
On the inside, Sarah Wolseley, this young lady plays first, third, and she's a backup pitcher. She's batting .310. Play JV basketball.
Hit sharply to third. Play at home, and Maxie not expecting it. Now she'll throw down to second, but the Warriors have a second run in. And that was a mental error on the catcher's part because she had her mask in one hand and was not prepared to make the play.
Well, and Tim, and I'm sure she was thinking get the easy out. Yep.
No question about it.
Was not even looking for the ball, was not in position. Was not even in position. That gives the Warriors 2 runs. And we're going to get a pinch runner, it looks like, Tim.
That was a tough situation because to her credit, to Maxie's credit, she really should not have been the player to make the play, but the runner on third, errantly so, was running home when she didn't have to.
Right.
And the infielder saw that and decided, well, shoot, I can get her, and threw to home, but Maxie wasn't quite ready for it.
Elaine Kessler, first year on the team, Tim, is the pinch runner. Is in the drama club and on the Harbor Lights. Kecoughtan's got a rally going. We have any outs?
There is no outs. Runner on first.
So the tying run is at the plate.
And this is a pinch batter.
And who is this batting, Tim?
That's number 21.
Okay, right here, Danielle. And I'll let you tell me what Danielle, how you...
Well, that's the young lady that is Saklabin. Yeah, she was a pinch batter earlier.
Oh, well, she's got it spelled different here than what I had on the other sheet.
Yeah, she came in for April Burdette.
Yeah, this is her second year with the team. She's an honor student, on a band.
Base hit.
And that brings up April Edwards.
So the rally continues. Leadoff batter is up.
So you're getting some production off the bottom of your batting order Got to make you feel good if you're the Warriors.
2 runs across, still nobody out. Runners at first and second. So the Warriors had been totally dormant during the first 6 innings, scattered 5 hits, but no runs. And now they are alive here in the bottom of the 7th.
You can feel the momentum starting to change a little bit.
Andrews delivers a strike.
That was a high inside, a little bit inside, and Jill wanted that. I'm sorry, April wanted that bad. Didn't get. She's batting 300.
Another high pitch. This one is fouled back. So Joanne Andrews gets ahead of the batter, April Edwards. Nobody out. 2 across, 2 on. Popped up. First baseman calls for it, makes the catch. So Edwards pops out to the first baseman for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Amy Johnson. Amy had a single the last time up. She is 1 for 3 this afternoon.
She's batting .217, has 21 walks this year, so she's doesn't strike out often.
Warriors down 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. She fouls that one back on the attempted bunt. No doubt bunting for a base hit. 2 on, 1 down, 2 runs across, 4-2, bottom of the 7th. The Bruins trying to hold on to the victory. Ball is a little bit low. 1-1 the count.
The fans are really getting into this game.
1-1 the count. Hit to left field and caught. Second out of the inning.
That was a nice hit right to the left fielder. Nice job by that young lady. Who is that in left field, Tim?
For the Lady Bruins?
Yes.
Well, let's just take a look here. That is Melissa Bates. 2 away now. Valerie White takes the first pitch, a strike. So the Warriors with a 2-run rally, but they are down to their last out. Runners at first and second. Joanne Andrews has tightened the screws down here. The last 2 batters have been pop-outs. And this one hit back to the second baseman. Over to first, out, and the ball game is over.
Great job by the Bethel Bruins coming in here as a decided underdog, jumping on Emily, and the Warriors made some errors that really was uncharacteristic of them, and you can't give a team that it's got good athletes, and Bethel's got some good athletes, as do the Warriors, but you can't give them a chance by mental errors and wild throws and that sort of thing, Tim.
So Joanne Andrews is the winning pitcher. She improves her record to 7-4. And Emily Belbin's record falls to a very respectable 11-2. Final score, the Bethel Bruins victorious over the Kecoughtan Warriors by the final score of 4-2. And for Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole. We thank you for watching.
We want to make sure we talk about our crew, how well they did. Scotty and Bev and Jerome and
it's just
Ron
it's an
Don
unstated fact.
Melvin and the whole crew.
Jerome Young and Ron Baton and all the guys, Alan Parker. We appreciate our crew for all of their superb effort as always. And we remind you again, we'll be doing a couple of boys baseball games. First game we'll have will be played on the 11th of May. Then we'll have another game being played on the 14th, and we'll have a final softball game back here 2 weeks from today as Kecoughtan will host Hampton here at Francis Asbury. So we'll give you a nice taste of some spring sports here in the city of Hampton on Channel 5.
We'll do that.
4-2, Bethel the victors over the Kecoughtan Warriors. For Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon, everybody.